Hey guys, last week I know there was no video. I was out of town for work, had a bunch of other personal stuff going on. I'm sorry there was none last week. Let's get to the video. What's up everybody, my name is Lewis, this is Cosmic Deer Review, and today we're going to be talking about Dalt Soldiers. Dalt Soldiers is a 2002 film written and directed by Neil Marshall, who later went on to direct The Descent and Doomsday. The film follows a bunch of British commandos and a woman trapped in a house in the middle of the woods being hunted by a bunch of werewolves. Dalt Soldiers is a B action horror film. It's probably one of my top 5, top 3 maybe, werewolf films of all time. It's just a lot of fun. I first saw it back on the Sci-Fi Channel years and years ago. I recently found a copy of it, rewatched it, and for a B horror film, especially one from the early 2000s, it holds up really well. The characters are mostly one-dimensional and kind of forgettable, with the exception of like the protagonist, the sergeant, the female co-star, and obviously the bad guy, who is very much obviously the bad guy. Overall, they're not so forgettable that you have no interest in the characters themselves. You actually do care about these characters by the end of the film, and you want them to make it out of this very horrendous situation. Cinematography wise, it's not the grandest thing in the world. It's not bad. The lighting is decent. That combined with the set design, that's actually really, really well done. Cinematically, there's no real eye-catching shots in the film. There's a lot of low angles for the action scenes, but it's definitely not horrendously bad. I'm trying to word it so it doesn't come off sounding too pretentious, and so I'm going to just move on from this. Costuming, editing-wise, the film is, again, kind of in the same vein as the cinematography. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. There are some parts of the film that you can tell that the same shots were used for different cuts or different scenes. They're not jarring as some other films that I've seen that take me out of the film, and I'm really just kind of nitpicking right here, but there are some elements of the editing that are just questionable. But overall, the editing of the film is not bad enough to where I'm actually removed from the film. I never lose interest in the story, and I'm never taken out of the movie, so overall, that's really good. That kind of shows the merit of the quality of this film. Overall, I think the biggest thing this film excels at would be the makeup and special effects. The werewolves in this film look like how I would imagine a werewolf to look. They are genuinely terrifying. Very tall, very thin. The costuming is great. There's plenty of gore for people that love gore in their horror films. There's a whole segment where this dude has his guts hanging out, and it looks pretty good. Looks really good. If you're into that sort of thing, I am. So if you're into it, this movie's for you. It's not American Werewolf in London. There's no amazing transformation scene like that film, but how the wolves actually look in the film is very striking and unique, and gives the film its own feel, its own world, and it helps sell the film. Overall, I really do enjoy this film. It's pretty much Night of the Living Dead with werewolves and soldiers. And that's not a bad thing. It's fun, it's action-packed. I think it is the only film that I've ever seen where a guy is shooting a werewolf through a window with a shotgun, and the werewolf grabs the gun and shoots back. If you really like B action horror films, if you like films with werewolves, I highly recommend this film. Definitely one of the better ones out there, so this is definitely up there for me. I'm gonna give Dalt Soldiers 3.5 Cosmic Deers out of 5. Anyway guys, that's my review of Dalt Soldiers. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Anyway, I will be back next week to review another film. I'll see you guys next week.